गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत नशृण्वन्नोतिभिस्सीदसादनम् ॐ श्री महागणपतये नमः। सरस्वत्यै नमो नित्यम् भद्रकाल्यै नमो नमः। वेदवेदान्तवेदाङ्ग विद्यास्थानेभ्य एव च सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयम् नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतो वन्दे भगवन्तो पुनः पुनः। व्यासं वसिष्ठनप्तारं शक्येः पौत्रमकल्मषं पराशरात्मजं वन्दे शकतातं तपोनिधिं। व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। अचतुर्वदनो ब्रह्मा द्विबाहुरपरो हरिः अभाललोचनः शम्भुः भगवान् बादरायणः। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। 32nd सूत्र। सर्वत्र प्रसिद्धोपदेशः विवक्षित गुणोपपत्तिश्च अनुपपत्तेस्तु न शारीरः कर्म कर्तृव्यपदेशाच्च शब्द विशेषात् स्मृतिश्च अर्भकौकस्तावत्तत्यपदेशाच्च नीति चेन्न निचायत्वादेवं व्योमवच्च। Who could not chant? Why? Half chant. अर्भकौकस्तावत् अर्घकौकस्त्वात् तद्व्यपदेशाच्च न इति चेत् न निचायत्वादेवं व्योमवच्च संभोगप्राप्तिरिति चेत् न वैशेष्या अत्ताचराचरग्रहणात् प्रकरणाच्च गुहां प्रविष्टावात्मानो हि तद्दर्शनात् विशेषाच्च अन्तरोपपत्ये स्थानादिव्यपदेशाच्च सुखविशिष्टाभिधानादेव च श्रुतोपनिषत्कगत्यभिधानाच्च श्रुतोपनिषत्कगत्यभिधानाच्च We'll end the 16th Pasha, page 211, second paragraph. इतश्च क्षेस्थानः पुरुषः परमेश्वरः यस्मात् श्रुतोपनिषत्कस्य श्रुतरहस्य विज्ञानस्य ब्रह्मविदो या गतिः देवयानाख्या प्रसिद्धा श्रुतौ अथ उत्तरेण तपसा ब्रह्मचर्येण श्रद्धया विद्यया आत्मानम् अन्विष्य आदित्यम् अभिजयन्ते एतद्वै प्राणानाम् आयतनम् एतदमृतम् अभयम् एतत्परायणम् एतस्मान्न पुनरावर्तन्ते इति स्मृतावपि अग्निर्ज्योतिर्यः शुक्लः षण्मासा उत्तरायणम् तत्र प्रयाता गच्छन्ति ब्रह्मविदो जनाः इति सैवाः अक्षिपुरुषविदः अभिधीयमाना दृश्यते अत यदु च एवस्मिन् चव्यं कुर्वन्ति यदि च न अर्चिषम् एव अभिसम्भवन्ति इत्युपक्रम्य आदित्यात् चन्द्रमसं चन्द्रमसः विद्युतं तत्पुरुषः अमानवः स एनान् ब्रह्म गमयति एष देवपथः ब्रह्मपथः एतेन प्रतिपद्यमानाः इमं मानवम् आवर्तं नावर्तन्ते इति तद् इह ब्रह्मविद् विषयया प्रसिद्धया गत्याक्षेस्थानस्य ब्रह्मत्वं निश्चीयते ब्रह्मत्वं निश्चीयते. We were seeing this sutra in this particular adhikaran called Antaradhikaran. The topic is from 4th chapter, 15th section and first mantra, that Akshi Purush, that Purush in the eyes, is the gross body, is the Jeev, is the Devata, or is the Paramatma. And this is the subject of discussion. So you heard last few sutras which told that this cannot be body, Jiva or Devata because of the 7-8 qualities mentioned there in that particular mantra, like Amritam, Abhayam, Atma, Brahma, Bhaminitvam, Vamanitvam, Sarvartha Prakashakatvam, Sarva Phaldatratvam, etc. So this cannot mean the Jeev, this cannot mean the Devata, and of course this cannot be in the gross body also. This you had seen in last 2-3 days. So antar upatte, and what it will be? It will be in the Paramatma alone. Then another sutra that was called antar. Antar means Akshi Purusha, that Paramatma Akshi Antara Bhavati Upapatte. This is said by the logic. Then question was on how can that Paramatma be in the eyes? It is all pervading. And sthanadi vipadeshacha, because it is for the upasana, then Nam, Roop and Sthan is superimposed on a certain object which is small. This is the second sutra of this adhikara. Then third point which was mentioned, how do you say that it is in the sthan? In 10th section, rather, this sutra comes in 15th section of 4th chapter. This Upkosal Vidya started from 10th section, and Agni Devata had come and given the Updesh for the Brahma, which Brahma? Ananta Sukha Vishishta Brahmopasana. And therefore the same Brahmopasana will continue, because he said that your Acharya will come and teach the rest of the thing. Prano Brahma, Kam Brahma, he had, that is called Sukha Vishishta Abhidhanadeva. And therefore this Brahma Upasana is mentioned. Logic is given why this is a Brahma only. Why this Akshi Purush cannot be any other thing than the Brahma. To that point, the Purupaksh came up with something else. What he came up with? He came up with the point that in the section from 10th section, Brahmopasana is mentioned, but 11th, 12th section, Agni Upasana is mentioned. So how do you say that this continuation when Agni Devata said that your Achar will come and continue? So how do you know that he said to continue about the Agni Upasana or about the Brahmopasana? To that point, Bhashyakar gave two reasons, and one reason was given by the Sutra. What are the two reasons? One reason was when this Satyakam Jabala came back, so he used the word Brahmavidah Mukha. You have the face of Brahmavid, Brahmaupasak. And therefore you must have been doing the Brahmopasana. So although both the Upasanas were mentioned to Upakosala, but he is doing Brahmopasana. And therefore when this was mentioned that your Achar will come and tell more, so it was about the Brahmopasana, because Agni intended for Brahmopasana only. Because he did that Upasana because he had the face of the Brahmopasak. This was the first reason. And second reason was that this Vidya is called Sarva Papa Nash Phalam Vidya. This Vidya, that the one who will have this Vidya, he will be free from all sins. Who said? Huh? Huh? No, who said this will be free from all sins? Huh? Bhaskar says. No, but who said this? Satyakama had said. I showed you also in the last section, 14th section, he says that I am going to give you this Vidya. I showed you yesterday. You must have underlined also. I don't know. Be careful, and when you come in the class, please go through it. So, Papani Pushkara Palashvat na samshlishyante. So, like the lotus is not affected by the water, similarly, all sins cannot go by Agni Upasana. It will go only by Brahma Upasana. This is the second reason or first? Second reason. And third reason is, which this sutra is saying, that is Brahmalok Prapti. So at the end of this section, Shuklagati is mentioned. Sa enan Brahma gamayati esha deva patha Brahma patha etena pratipadyamanas. You know that? That also I showed you. This is in, which is the mantra? 5. So this is 4.15.5. So this is the main clue out of the 3 clues. Let us put it like that. Okay. How do you know that he will give that? Because he has mentioned Devapatha, Brahmapatha. So Brahma Upasak will get Brahmalok Prapti. And here Bhashyakar quotes Bhagavad Gita. Just now you read also. Agnir Jyoti Shukla Shanmasa Uttarayanam Tatra Prayata Gachanti Brahma Vido Janaha. So this particular shlok comes in Bhagavad Gita. You must have heard about this. So Brahma Vido Janaha. Brahma Vido Janaha means in this particular shlok, Brahma Vido Janaha means Brahm Vido Janaha, knower of Brahman. What meaning shall we put? Who is doing Brahma Upasana? who is not for the Gyan, who is doing the Upasana of Ishwar. His Upasana Prakarana is there in 8th chapter. So he Prayata Gachanti. He goes to Brahmalok. Here Brahma means Brahmalok in this particular shlok. And Agni, must have explained what is Agni. Agni, Jyoti, Raha, Shuklaha. Slowly he goes to Brahmalok. Brahmalok where somebody has identified with biggest, identified, not known. Upasana is the identifier. Upasana means what? Which makes you identify with something. So he has done Upasana of Sagud Brahma or Ishwar. Which Ishwar? Sagud which is all pervading. Which is all pervading Ishwar. Which Ishwar with Shakti or without Shakti? With Shakti. Sarva Shakti Ishwar. With all Ishwar, with all powers he has, with all Mahima he has, with all Gyan, Shadaishwar, Ishwar is there. He did Upasana of this Ishwar. He repeated the thought of that Ishwar. And because of that, after his death, he got identified to that body. And that Sharir is called Brahma Lok Shariri. So that Sharir is of the Brahma Lok body. This is the highest. Surya Dvarenate Vrja Prayantri Yatra Mrta Purusho Yabhyatma. You have heard this Brahma Lok many times. Don't get surprised. So therefore, and this particular line comes in, as you said, 5th mantra of 15th section. I think I had indicated it. Sainan Brahma Gamayati Yesh Brahma Destade. This is all mentioned. Just now we read also in the Bhashya. Devapataha Brahmapataha. I hope this point is clear. Yeah, very clear. So this Akshi Purusha Upaksa goes to Brahmalok, and hence it should be, that Purush should be Brahma alone. Brahma means, this topic is of Sagun Brahma going on because it is telling about the qualities like Karma Phalata, Creator. It is with Maya. Maya Upahit Brahma is there. Okay, so therefore Brahma Lok Prapti Phalam is to show that this was Brahma Upasana only. Now let me go to the word analysis. Please see the word. Shrutopanishad K Gatya Vidhanacha. How many words are there? 2 words are there. So one is compound only. This is first word is compound only. Shrutopanishad K Gatya Vidhanat is one word and Cha is another word. Shrut means what? One who has heard, practiced, upasaka. That is called Shrut. Keep the Upanishad in front of you. Shrut, not Shrutka, Shrut. So that is there. Then one was done Upasana. Upanishad. Upanishad means what? Brahmopasana. Shrut Upanishad means who has done Brahmopasana. Upanishad means Brahmopasana. Upanishad means Brahmopasana here. And Shrut Upanishad means one who has heard and practiced Brahmopasana. Brahmopasaka ityartha. Okay. How this is there? Sanskrit students, please see. Shruta Upanishad Yena. By whom? Here Upanishad means Brahmopasana, because topic is of Upasana going. So Shruta Upanishad yena Anushtita. Shruta means Anushtita. One by whom the Brahmopasana is done. That is called Shrutopanishad. This is not the name of other Upanishad. Like Ishavas, Kenopanishad, this is also known as Shrutopanishad. Shrutopanishad is a name of a Brahmopasak. Shruta Upanishad yen sah. That is called Shrutopanishad. Arey bhai, there is ka is also there. I have cut it. Why? Arey, unnecessarily it was coming in between. Don't cut it. Don't cancel it. Don't bring your own rules when you don't know anything. It is Shrutopanishad ka. Where from ka has come in between? Ka is indicative of Bahubri Samas. Same meaning is there. So whole word actually is Shrutopanishad ka. So Shrutopanishad ka is the name of the Brahmopasana. Brahmopasak rather. Brahmopasak. And Upanishad is Brahmopasak. Here Shruta means heard and practiced. Anushtita. Somebody heard and practiced. So Shruta Upanishad yen sah Shrutopanishad ka. I am now putting the word. The first time I heard Shrutopanishad ka. Okay. Shrutopanishad ka. Okay. Understood by understood. The next word is Bolo? Gati. Gati means phalam. Gati means phalam. Okay. So Shrutopanishad ka gati. So what is the meaning of word now? Shrutopanishad ka gatihi. Gati. So Brahmopasana phalam called Brahmopasana phalam is equal to Brahmopasana phalam is equal to right. Loudly say right. Brahmalok. Good. Brahmopasana phalam is equal to Brahmalok. So Shrutopanishad ka gati. Each word I am telling you. Splitting all words. So Shrutopanishad ka gati. So first we saw Shrutopanishad ka is the name of Brahmopasak. And gati is phalam attained by this Brahmopasak. So phalam is the gati is fruit attained by the Brahmopasak. So Shrutopanishad ka phalam is equal to Brahmaloka. Okay? Yes, okay. And Abhidhanat is also there. Arey ruko bhai, let me complete. Abhidhanat means because of this statement. Which is statement? Look. 15.5 where the phal is mentioned. Oh, but Bhagwan Ved Vyas did not say this. No, he thought you are intelligent enough. He did not know you. So because of the presentation or statement, because of the, so what is the whole sentence now? How will you make the whole sentence? Because of the presentation of Brahmalok phalam for Akshi Purusha Upasaka. कैसे बोल रहे? Because of the presentation of Brahmalok Phalam for Akshi Purushopasaka. This is the meaning of Shrutopanishad Gatyabhidhanat. I mean, bracket you can write, hence Akshi Purush must be Brahma only. Hence, Akshi Purush can be, should be, or must be Brahma only. Why? Because if Akshi Purush has been Agni, you go to Agni Lok and not to Brahma Lok. Yanti Devavrata Devan. Incomplete. Yanti Devavrata Devan. Pitrun Yanti Pitrvrataha. Bhutan Yanti Bhuteja. Yanti Madhyajinopimam. Okay. Agni Lok they could have gone into. Agni Lok. Those who do Agni Upasana, like Agni had come, no? Karyapat Agni, Avani, Agni. Because of, so, is it clear now, whole thing? So, Shrutopanishad Gatyabhidhanat, because of the statement of the fruit of Brahmalok, because of the statement of Brahmalok Phalam for Akshi Purusha, the Akshi Purush should be Brahmali and not the Agni. Oh, now I'm clear. Very, very clear. Chakar is also there. Hey, this Chakar, please. Oh, that. Remove all Chakar. This Cha is mentioned because of this reason also. Okay. If you write Sut, then you don't write. With how you connect that, this is also one reason. If you don't write and, supposing you make a statement, he went to Bombay. Then you make a statement, Delhi. So it's incomplete. Some people speak such that you can't understand properly. And the reason is they are not using conjunction. They are not, some are very bad communicators. They don't put proper perspective. And you have to write, he went to Bombay and he went to Delhi also. Then it is clear. They'll say he went to Bombay. Then they'll pause, Delhi. Hey, what Delhi? So you have to put it properly. Okay, I hope this is clear. Okay. I'll just take you to the Tika for a moment. Just for your information. Page 211. You just see Tika there. Second paragraph. Shruta, I will just read, you can just observe. I'm just telling you what I said. You can be confirmed that I'm not saying just like that. Shruta Anushtita Upanishad Rahasyam Sagun Brahmopasanam Yen. See, this is what I said. This is what I defined this. Yen Tasya Ya Gatihi Smrtau Cha Prasiddha. Smrtau means here Gitayam. It's in the Gita. Prasiddha. Tasya. Tasya means. Tasya means. Tasya means. Tasya means. Gatehe. Atra abhidhan lingad iti sutram. Sutrartham aha. Yasmat drishyate tattasmat iha iti anvaya. Okay. Shrutam aha atiti. Ath. Ath. This is he's explaining of Ath word which is there in the Bhashya. This is Prashnopanishad. Athottarena tapasa brahmacharena shraddhaya vidyaya atmanam anvishyadityam abhibhajante. This is in Prashnopanishad. And in Prashnopanishad it is said one who does upasana in this birth, after he dies he goes to Brahmalok. Only I don't remember any Prashnopanishad. Long back, only I remember the name, but I don't know. And nobody quotes also. They quote Taitri, Kathopanishad, Mundak. Nobody quotes also. I think we should remove it. Now because he is quoting now here. There was one person there. Guruji was sitting. So he used to read Bhagavad. He said, first canto is very good, Swamiji. He said, okay, but second also is okay. Third is also good. Fourth is fine. Fifth, we should knock it out. He was sitting, I said. Guruji laughed. He said, and in Hindi he said, isko uda dena chahiye. Isko uda dena chahiye. Fifth canto, because in the fifth canto that portion comes where Khagol, Bhagol, remember that? This alok is there, after that this lok is there, bhur was very complicated. And I gave you one paper also, if you remember, the diagram was there. He was so frustrated with that here. What you don't understand doesn't mean it is meaningless. Somebody said, now these Vedas are not understood, we should remove it. Arey, because you don't understand. Mathematics you don't understand, you should remove the subject only. ऐसा नहीं करो भाई. Prashnopanishad, Rai and Pran had come, if you remember. Anybody took Prashnopanishad in the class? No. Rai and Pran had come in Prashnopanishad. Oh, I forgot. In that Upanishad it is said, Ath. Ath means what? Ath means Deha Patantaram ityartha. After the death. Before death you cannot go to Brahmalok. Oh. It's not the honest birth that you came and come back. Then what one should do? So he says tapasa brahmacharyena. So he is making a higher thought. Swadharmaha tapaha. See what beautiful definition of tapi is giving. So if you remember Tattvabodh, Upramah was there and Swadharma Anushtanam eva Uprati was. So Swadharma tapaha. He performs his respective dharma. Tapo, brahmacharya, shraddha, vidyabhihi. Oh. So all four words he has taken from the Upanishad only. Who? Tikakar. Tapo, brahmacharya, shraddha, vidya means? जल्दी बोलो. No. Vidya means? Upasana. Upasana word is there for Vidya. Here not the Vidya is not for knowledge. Topic is not for knowledge. Tapo, brahmacharya, shraddha, vidya, bihi. Atmanam dhyatva. So he is living very pious kind of life. And he is doing upasana. And what he is doing? And he is doing the upasana day and night. 10 hours he is doing, contemplating on the Lord's. Dhyan Vishaya Uttaram Devayana Margam Prapya. He goes to the higher lok. Acha? And Aditya Dwara, तेन उत्तरेण पथा आदित्य द्वारा सगुण ब्रह्म स्थानम गच्छन्ति. सगुण ब्रह्म स्थानम मीन्स ब्रह्मलोक. एतद् वै ब्रह्म प्राणानां व्यष्टि समष्टि रूपाणाम आयतनम लिंगात्मकम हिरण्यगर्भ रूपम वस्तुतः तु एतद् अमृत आदि रूपम निर्गुणम सर्वाधिष्ठानम. So this is called Hiranyagarbha. He goes to Hiranyagarbha. So he goes to Brahmalok. Which Brahmalok is there? Which Brahmalok? Which he had identified with the whole. Because he identified with the whole, he went to that lok, where he can feel being identified with that lok, with all. I had told many times that when you do upasana, you generate a bigger thought, more pervasive thought. And supposing a person passes away or dies after that, while doing upasana, so that bigger thought will convert into his lok. He will go to that particular place where the pervasiveness of the thought will be his bodies or minus will be gifted to him. He will be gifted with that area where he is identified to. A very big area he has. He is identified to that particular, so his sharir will be Vyapak sharir. Pervasive body will be there. So he is identified to a very big lok. So what is written here? See, etad vai brahma prananam vyashti samashti rupanam ayatanam lingatmakam is containing all subtle body. Hiranyagarbha rupam. This point I think is clear to you. Oh, shall I read? No, it's okay. Don't worry. I have understood. Chalo, bas itna kafi. This is the meaning of this particular 16th sutra. Let us go to 17th sutra and let me complete if we can complete. 17th sutra, please read. Anavasthitehe asambhavacha netaraha. Is not nature, it is netaraha. Ta is there. Anavasthitehe. Somebody said, or what? Nature. It is netaraha. You said. See, somewhere I'm getting some signal. Somebody said netara. It is nature. Netara, not nature. Okay. Anavasthitehe asambhavacha netaraha. Netaraha, not nature. So there was, earlier days, somebody wrote some book on Vedanta. It was a block printing used to be there. I think you all must have seen. Block printing. You know block printing? Don't know. What they have to put, they put that particular letters of it. It's called block print. Old days. Now that is totally, I think, out. Digital and all advanced printing has come up now. Laser printing. You can print 2 copies only. So, Swami Akhandanand used to say, he wrote a book where the adhyas word has come. Adhyas. So, printer did not know. Or the proofreader used to be there. Very difficult work of proofreading. How much you read, there is always mistake. Proofreading. Auto spelling check, all these things have come now. So that person was reading, he everywhere adhyas he cut and made it abhyas. Because he didn't know adhyas word. So he made it abhyas. So whole Adhyas Bhash has said, so he wrote Abhyas Bhash has said. So whole meaning got disturbed. So let us now see this particular sutra. Anavastite. Now, we had seen how many sutra on this? Four. Four. Four sutras he gave. Positive sutras were there. That because of this reason, because of this reason, because of this reason. The Purush word will mean Brahma only. Okay. And Jeev, Devata and Sharir will not fit into the word of Purush in the eyes. Okay, fine. Light. Now this Purupaksh is coming. He said, why don't you take the meaning of Purush as literal man? Which I originally suggested and you overlooked my esteemed suggestion. Somebody asked somebody's name. His name was Shanti Prasad Sharma. He said, what is your name? He said, Mr. Shanti Prasad Sharma ji. He said, for your name only you are putting ji. So, not only ji. He said, no, Sri Sharma ji. My name is Sri Sharma ji. So he said, my esteemed suggestion you are overlooking. What was the suggestion? I said one thing, that Purush had one meaning called human being. Straight away direct meaning was there. Okay. So, why can't this meaning of Purush be there? Bhai, that Purush has to reflect in the eyes. How the human being will reflect in the eyes? Drishyate word is said is visible. I am telling you, no. Why not the human being can be reflected in the eye? Then he says, little funnier, he says, because in the eyes there is a reflection of something. Eyes has a water element. Eyes has a water element. And in that reflecting eyes, this human body is reflected. Therefore, one should contemplate on the reflection of the human body in the eyes. So, Akshi Purusha Drishyate means what? Akshi Purusha Drishyate means reflected body in the eyes of the person one should meditate upon. Please get this mind. Akshi Purusha Drishyate means the reflection of the physical body in the eyes. Okay. This is the meaning. Purupaksh is saying, yet to get the final answer. Oh. Bhagwan Bhashyakar says, yaar, what are you talking? Why? Wait, no. It is not possible. Two reasons. Two reasons are given in this sutra. Two reasons are given in this particular sutra. One reason is anavastitehe. Anavastitehe. Another reason is anavastitehe sambhavat. Sambhavat. Let us see what is mentioned here. So, let us read the Bhashya fast. I want to go for complete this. Page 1, page 213. I may not read the whole Bhashya. Yat punaruktam sayatma vijnanatma devatatma vasyat akshistana iti atrochyate न छायात्मादि इतर इह ग्रहणम अर्हति कस्मात् अनवस्थितेः न तावत् छायात्मनः चक्षुषी नित्यम अवस्थानं संभवति यदैव हि कश्चित् पुरुषः चक्षुरासीदिति तदा चक्षुषी पुरुषच्छाया दृश्यते अपगते तस्मिन्न दृश्यते य एषो अक्षिणी पुरुषः इति च श्रुतिः सन्निधानात् स्वचक्षुषी दृश्यमानम् पुरुषम् उपास्यत्वेन उपदिशति न च उपासना काले छायाकारं कंचित् पुरुषं चक्षुसमीपे सन्निधानाप्योपास्ते इति युक्तं कल्पयितुम् अस्यैव शरीरस्य नाशमन्वेषनश्यति इति श्रुतिच्छायात्मनोऽप्यनवस्थितत्वं दर्शयति असंभवाच्च तस्मिन् अमृतत्वादीनां गुणानां न छायात्मनि प्रतीतिः तथा विज्ञानात्मनपि साधारणे कृत्स्नशरीरेन्द्रिय संबंधे सति कृत्स्नशरीरेन्द्रिय संबंधे सति चक्षुषी एव अवस्थितत्वं वक्तुं न शक्यं ब्रह्मणस्तु व्यापिनोऽपि दृष्ट उपलब्ध्यर्थो हृदयादि दृष्ट उपलब्ध्यर्थः हृदयादि देश विशेष संबंधः समानश्च विज्ञानात्मनि अपि अमृतत्वादीनां गुणानाम् असंबंधः. Okay, let me complete it. We'll see more later. So, Bhagwan Vedavyas gives two reasons why this reflection in the eyes of the physical body cannot be possible. Why cannot be possible? Because Bhashikar has some sense of humor also. He says that if you practice meditation of somebody reflecting in your eyes, if this person goes away, then what will you do? See, he writes here, न च उपासना काले छायाकारं कंचित पुरुषम चक्षु समीपे सन्निधाप्योपास्ते इति युक्तम कल्पयति. It's not possible. Who will be sitting all the day in front of you to do upasana? Well, you sit down because I am doing upasana. Your reflection should be in my eyes. And problem is to have reflection. That person should be of the same height also. Well, then only he can be reflected in your eyes. And if he goes away in between, then what will you do? Therefore, I said that is a little funny. Puru Paksh is there. But you should hear all these things because you will get more firm in your knowledge. Second reason he gives, who? Bhashyakar, not Satyagama. So second reason he gives that all virtues which are given, 7-8 virtues, Amritatvam, Atma, Brahmatvam, Abhayam, Nirvikaram, Vamnitvam, Vamanitvam, Bhamanitvam, Sarvartha Prakashakatvam, Sarvakarma Phaladratratvam. All this is not possible in the reflection, because reflection is very impermanent. It is there today, it is not there after. Today, a few minutes also reflection may not be there. And therefore, I hope these two reasons are the main constituent of this sutra. Okay, understood. Two reasons are there. These are the main thing. Now, first reason is, what is the first reason? Anavasthitehe. I am going to word analysis. So, anavasthit, there are 5 words. 5 words. Anavasthitehe, asambhavat, ja, na, itara. There are 5 words are there. Anavasthitehe. Then asambhavat. Then ja. Then na. Then itara. Oh, good, I learned Sanskrit. At least I can hear some. So, anavasthitehe. Anavasthite means because of the impermanence of the reflected body in the eyes. It cannot be the upasya devata. Anavasthitehe. Fickleness is there. On whom you are doing upasana, that should be non-moving, and therefore Khandit Murti is not worshipped. Khandit Murti means if the Murti is there, it has cracked somewhere, hand has cracked. Therefore, when this Murti came, this was my fear. It may not crack somewhere. Because human mind is so, it will see the crack only, and then you cannot make bhav on that. Especially this Gangaji that is coming. That Gangaji and Nag Devata which is there. Little it cracks, the whole Murti is gone now. And you know, in the Sandipni Murti, it cracked. They tied it again. But those who know that, they will know that this is tied there. That here it is there. Bringing the Murti was a big challenge. Because those who are handlers, they throw it. So the what is it called? Polythene. Polystyrene. It can take so much of shock or not. That shopkeeper will say, I gave it, I packed it. Not my job now. And in Singapore, they brought 2 Murtis, Ganeshji Murti and Saraswati. And that got Khandit. From Jakarta they brought. They asked me, what shall I say? See, as far as my knowledge said, Khandit Murti is not good. Because Upasya Murti should not be disturbed. But they put some kind of paste, etc. and mended it. It's so expensive it is. Your Upasya should not be wavering Upasya. Before Gurudev used to say one line. You know, you heard Dhyan Moolam Gurur Murti. Very difficult. So he used to say, don't meditate on a live Guru. You may see fault. And your whole Upasana will be shaken. So if the Guru is not there and his photograph is there, you can be safe. Because he is not in front of you. That Shraddha we don't have. Therefore, Murti Puja was safer. Later on, earlier days, they were more worshipping the live and meditating on the live Guru. When the Shraddha became lesser, they said, no, he will not be able to contemplate. Because how will you meditate? Supposing you are meditating on your Guru. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah, Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. And if something goes wrong in your mind and you are upset about the Guru, gaya us din ka jap. Now you will not be able to meditate. Therefore, the upasya should not be fickle upasya. Moving, changing. Anavastitehe. And this reflection which will be there is totally dependent in front of the person who is there. How will you contemplate on that? So, anavastitehe word, I hope it is clear. Anavastitehe. Because of the fickle nature, this Chaya Atma is not the one which is upasya. This is one point. Although in Guru Gita, lot of shlokas are there to contemplate on the live Guru. But this is for Uttam Adhikari, who has lot of faith. Ordinary person doesn't have that much. If faith gets shaken, reading Ramayana only there, faith gets shaken on Rams. So much I am putting effort to put that Ramji cannot be robbed. Faith, our faith is like dewdrop. Little wind, it will be gone. On Bhagwan also faith gets shaken. Forget about it. Because of impurity of the mind. Next word is asambhavat. Asambhavat means what? Because of impossibility of all the virtues mentioned to be fitted into this reflected body in the eyes. Reflection can't have virtues of amritatvam, abhayatvam, immortality, etc. Okay. It can't have all the virtues. So, amritatvadi guna nam chaya sharire asambhavat. You have to put the whole line like that. So, all cannot be in that chaya sharir. It is called chaya atma. Cha. Cha means what? Of this reason also. Na. Na means not. Not what? Not upasya devata. This is not the upasya devata which you are. Na. Itaraha. Itara means chaya sharir. So whole word is chaya sharir is not the upasya devata because it is impermanent and can't have all the virtues. This is the meaning of the whole sutra. This chaya shariram, the reflected body in the eyes, cannot be upasya devata because it is impermanent and it cannot have all the virtues. So, itara is for chaya sharir, other. Okay, understood. How you write the whole line sentence? अक्षी अंतर्पुरुषः, अक्षी अंतर्पुरुषः इतरः. इतर मीन्स छाया शरीर, प्रतिबिंब शरीर. So Akshi Antar Purusha, Itara is the word from the sutra, and Akshi Antar Purusha you supply. So Akshi Antar Purusha in bracket, Itara na bhavati. This main Purush which is inside the eyes cannot be Itara. Itara means Pratibimba Sharir. It's called Pratibimba Atma in the Bhashya. Na bhavati, Itara na bhavati. And now you supply two reasons, anavasthitehe asambhavacha. This completes the word. Completed? Completed. Sutra is over? Yes. Thank you so much. No, wait, don't be happy. Bhashkar extends, he says, not only the reflection cannot fit in the eyes, but Jivatma also cannot be this Purush. Why? Same reason. Anavastitehe and asambhavach. Because Jiva is very unstable. Today happy, sad. You cannot reflect on the Jiva. And you cannot meditate on the Jiva. And asambhavach means it doesn't have all the properties. And similarly, Devatas also. Akshi Purush cannot be Devta because that Devta is also unstable. And Devta also does not have all the qualities. Therefore, all the three Atma, which three Atma? Shaya Atma, Jivatma and Devta Atma. These three Atma are negated by the word na itaraha. All three are negated by this. This cannot be the Akshi Purusha. Okay, understood. Clearly, very clearly. It is over clear. Okay. So see the one sutra once more. Anavastitehe asambhavacha netara. The last sutra. Technical format, we will see it tomorrow. You'll be tired now. And one or two more points which is raised in Bhashyakar, I will come to it. Then we will move to another Adhikaran. Oh, this is over, yes. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namah. Hari Om.